The Green Beret, Level 1 to Level 10. Level 1, the candidate. You're 19. You didn't walk into a recruiter's office on a whim. You'd been running 6 miles before school since you were 16. You knew what you wanted before you had the vocabulary for it. Special forces, the quiet ones, the ones who don't exist in the headlines. Basic combat training at Fort Jackson, 9 weeks. You finish without distinction, which is exactly how you intended it. You watch the soldiers who try to stand out. You watch what happens to them. You file the observation away. Advanced individual training, infantry, Fort Benning. You learn to shoot, move, communicate. You learn to be cold, hungry, and functional simultaneously. Your drill sergeant is a thick-necked man from Shreveport who never raises his voice. He doesn't need to. He simply watches. When you do something wrong, he says your name once. Just your name. The tone carries everything else. You apply for the Special Forces Assessment and Selection Pipeline at 19. You are told you are too young. You apply again at 20. You are accepted. Level 2, the student. You're 21. SFAS, Special Forces Assessment and Selection. Camp McCall, North Carolina. 3 weeks. No one explains the rules fully. That is part of the design. You ruck, you navigate, you lift, you problem solve in teams assembled from strangers and dissolved without warning. You are assessed continuously and told nothing about your standing. The uncertainty is not incidental, it is the point. They are not testing what you can do when you know you're passing. They are testing what you do when you have no idea. The land navigation course runs 40 kilometers at night through Carolina swamp and pine forest. No trails, no paths, just a compass, a map, and checkpoints that don't announce themselves. You hit 6 of 7. You walk back into camp with your boots full of water and your legs burning, and you say nothing about the one you missed. You are selected. Afterward, a cadre sergeant shakes your hand and says, "Nobody cares what you did out there. They care what you do next." You remember that sentence for the rest of your career. Level 3, the qualified soldier. You're 24. The Special Forces Qualification Course, the Q course. Over a year of instruction. Language, medicine, weapons, tactics, unconventional warfare. You are assigned 18 Delta, medical sergeant. You spend 6 months learning to do in a dirt floor hut what a surgeon does in a hospital. You learn to suture, intubate, administer blood, manage traumatic amputation, and diagnose illness in environments where the nearest evacuation point is hours away and might not come at all. Your instructor, Sergeant First Class Dobbs, is a quiet man from Montana who did 3 combat deployments in Afghanistan and 2 in Iraq, and talks none of them. He teaches through scenario. He places you in a simulation, a casualty with 3 simultaneous injuries, degraded lighting, and incoming fire represented by someone banging a metal pipe against the wall, and he watches your hands, not your face, your hands. "Hands tell me what your brain is doing," he says. "Face tells me what you want me to think." You graduate. You are awarded the Green Beret. You are assigned to 3rd Special Forces Group, Fort Bragg, North Carolina. Your area of focus, West Africa. You call your father that night. You tell him you finished the course. He tells you he's proud. Neither of you says much else. It's enough. Level 4, the team sergeant. You're 28. You are now the senior NCO on a 12-man Operational Detachment Alpha, an ODA, your team. You've done 2 deployments, one to Mali, one to Niger, advising partner force battalions, training soldiers whose governments are unstable and whose enemies are patient. You've been in firefights, you've treated casualties, you've watched decisions made above your pay grade produce conditions you have to manage at ground level. Your team captain is a West Point graduate named Whitfield, 26 years old, technically proficient, tactically sound, still learning to lead men who've seen more than him. This is the natural condition, and you both know it. You do not undermine him. That is not your job. Your job is to make his decisions executable. When he briefs a patrol plan that has a timing problem, you pull him aside before the brief ends, not during, not after. You show him the problem on the map. He fixes it. In the brief, he presents the corrected plan. The team sees competence. You both move on. On deployment in Mali, a partnered unit contacts a vehicle-borne IED on a route you cleared 36 hours earlier. 2 soldiers killed, 1 wounded. You treat the wounded man for 4 hours before evacuation arrives. He lives. You write the incident report. You change the route clearance interval recommendation from 48 hours to 24. Nobody argues with you. Level 5. The Warrant Officer. You're 32. You commission as a Warrant Officer, Chief Warrant Officer 2. Your role shifts from team execution to team advising, assessment, and intelligence integration. You now move between teams, evaluating readiness, identifying gaps, carrying institutional knowledge that doesn't fit in a manual. You are sent to a joint special operations task force in an undisclosed location in the Sahel region of Africa. Your job title on paper means very little. Your actual job is to sit in a room with men from 4 different countries' special operations forces, speak 3 languages between them, and build targeting packages for a network whose structure changes faster than the intelligence cycle can track. You work with a French DGSE officer named Carrel. Precise, skeptical, 20 years in the field. He does not trust Americans by default, and he says so directly the first day. You respect him for it. Over 6 weeks, you build a working relationship built not on warmth, but on the one currency everyone in that room values: accurate information delivered without ego. You identify a logistics node the network has been using for 16 months. It is confirmed by 3 independent intelligence streams. You brief it. The strike is authorized. You never learn the outcome through official channels. You learn it through subsequent network activity going silent in that region for 4 months. You consider that sufficient. Level 6. The Command Company. You're 36. You are now a commissioned officer, captain. You command a special forces company, 4 ODAs, 48 soldiers, a mission set spanning 3 countries in West Africa. You spend more time on the phone and in video teleconferences than you have ever spent in a truck. This is the transition nobody warns you about clearly enough. The higher you rise, the less you are the instrument, and the more you are the hand that holds it. One of your team sergeants, a man named Holt, submits a risk assessment for a direct action mission that understates the threat to partner force personnel. His reasoning is sound for American forces. It does not account for the training gap in the partner unit that will be filling the support position. You send it back. He's frustrated. He rewrites it. The mission is approved with an additional rehearsal requirement. The rehearsal exposes exactly the gap you identified. Holt briefs you afterward. He says, "I see it now." You say, "Good, write it up so the next team doesn't have to find it the same way." He writes it up. You deploy twice during command. You lose 1 soldier, Staff Sergeant Ames, 29, from Tucson. An ambush in a province whose name you will never forget and will never repeat publicly. You write the letter to his family yourself. You do not use a template. You sit in a plywood office at 0200 with a lamp and a pen, and you write what you actually knew about him. It takes 3 hours.
It is the most important thing you write in your career. Level 8. The boardroom. You're 41. You command a Special Forces battalion, roughly 1,400 personnel, 5 companies, operating in 6 countries simultaneously through a matrix of bilateral agreements, joint task force attachments, and authorities that shift with each administration's policy priorities. You attend a weekly video conference with a 3-star general, 2 ambassadors, and the country chiefs of 3 nations. You are the lowest-ranking person in the room, and frequently the one with the most current operational picture. You brief the Secretary of Defense twice in 1 year. Both times the briefing is 10 minutes. Both times you have been preparing for 6 weeks. The preparation is not for the 10 minutes. The preparation